It's not enough to say that we were a victim of an attack. The threats out there are absolutely real. We can't do anything about those, but we've got to take steps to secure data.
As an educational establishment, you would unfortunately assume that we would not be considered a high-value target. That is quite an incorrect statement, because the wealth of personal and personally identifiable information that we have within the organization is immense. It's the learners, it's our fellow staff members, it's corporate data that is financially viable. There is no difference between corporate and education. It is as high level. It has to be kept as secure. It has to be treated with the same respect.
I think we thought the networks were pretty secure. We had multiple levels of assurance. We did internal vulnerability scanning. We had external penetration tests. We had internal audits. So we were doing a lot of the right things.
It was only with the incident did we realize just how much of a gap between where we were and where we felt we should be as an organization.
We think our attack started with the exploitation of a student's machine, potentially a device that we didn't have any control over. They were using a legacy system, which we knew had vulnerabilities. We were absolutely keen to pull this out. We thought it was a little bit more locked down than it was. From an IT manager's perspective during an attack, it's an incredible amount of pressure, and that's when you need some friends to help support you. Being able to call Jisc and sort of have that support there as a critical friend was extremely useful, because you don't feel the weight of the world on your shoulders there.
Working with Jisc was honestly flawless. We were put in touch with professionals that had seen this scenario before, and we had support every day, general reviews, catch-ups, identification and isolation, going through again the whole scenario.
There were obviously some further communications that we had to make to key stakeholders during that time, but the awareness raising that happened within the organisation was, for me, the biggest thing.
We have quite seriously made a substantial leap in terms of our security.
So we have a security manager, we have a security team. So these are people that don't get involved with the crisis of the day. We also have a full-time data protection officer. So this is somebody outside of IT, which is also an advocate for information security as a whole.
If you are an educational establishment, Jisc is an incredibly useful resource that kind of looks out across pretty much the education sector. And we would be doing a disservice to the college if we weren't leveraging that resource.